Hammond RT-3 organ, and this is at home in the living room. We replaced all the old capacitors in the electronics chassis and replaced all the old wiring. And now what I've got to do is repair some of the pedal switch contacts. It's got a 32-note AGO standard pedal board, but some of the pedal notes don't work. And over here we've got the Hammond tone cabinet. It's just kind of disguised behind some CDs, but we've got the tone cabinet going over there. And I'm going to need to first take the pedal board off in order to get to the switch contacts. May have to even get into it from the back. Now the RT3 is on, so I'm going to check the pedal switch contacts, starting at the lowest end. Those are all good. Now there's a problem. It looks like the switch actuator has fallen down in there, because ordinarily, like on this one, under the felt, is a little switch, a little pin that presses down the switch. So we're going to have to see how we can get in there and get that pin unjammed. Let's check this one here. Yeah, same problem. Looks like the actuator is jammed. Also with this one. Let's try these pedal contacts up here. So it looks like just these ones. We're going to have to try and see how we can get in there, get those switch actuators pulled back up. We've now got the pedal board disassembled from the cabinet. It's got these screws with these bolts with these old-time square heads on them. So I couldn't use a socket wrench. I had to use just this end of a box end wrench. And then all of these screws are going to have to come out, and they've all got nuts on the other side. They did not make this thing ergonomic to disassemble. So I'm going to have to take all these screws out. And I can't just unscrew them easily because I got nuts on the other side, so I have to reach over to the other side and provide some backing to the nuts. Oh my goodness, these things are not made for easy servicing. But I don't see any other way to get into those switch contacts other than completely disassembling this. So I'm going to take all those bolts and nuts out, and hopefully I can get in and repair those switch contacts. This is something for the pedal solo generator. And I've got the generator at the west building. I need to replace all the capacitors in it, so it's not currently installed in the RT3. I've now got the pedal board taken apart, and the problem is that some of these switch contact stacks are bent, and they're bent and jammed down. I was able to get this one kind of realigned by using a pencil. But I think some of the harmonics, some of the contacts are being a little difficult. I may choose to, if I can't get one of the harmonics to work, just to choose to have it not come on rather than cipher. So now I got to try and do this one. This was one of the bad ones here. Or actually this one. When you push down the little button, a whole group of switch contacts pushes against the bus bars to get the harmonics from the generator into the drawbars where the strength is adjusted. And so now I need to try and do this one. Look at all this wire. These things have incredibly large amounts of wire, and they're just not made for easy servicing. So hopefully I can get that next one and get the lid put back on it. I may leave some of these screws out just in case I need to ever go back in it. It's just got so many screws or so many nuts and bolts on it. And here's the bus bar shifter over here. Next I'm going to try and get that other switch contact line back up there, that one right here that's jammed out of the bus bars. Okay, I think I've got it working now. It's not perfect because I think two of those contact fingers are bent, and maybe sometime I'll figure out a way to get those back into position. For right now, I think I'll just leave them be because they are functional. They're working and they're not ciphering. So I'm going to just close it up for now. I need to mount the terminal strip back on there. And maybe sometime I'm not sure what would be the best way to try to bend those contacts back into shape. But maybe a very fine needle nose pliers or something would do it. The bottommost contact bus bar is the highest harmonic. So it doesn't sound too bad to me. And seeing as how complicated this is, I'm just going to leave well enough alone that I got it sort of working. And maybe in the future try and get the full functionality of all of the harmonics going. So now I'm going to put the cover back on the bottom and put the pedal board back in. I think those are the only switch contacts that were totally dead. I think the other problems may have been mechanical between the pedal board and the switches. Now I've got the pedal board reassembled. I've got the switch contact unit reassembled. So let's test all the contacts now. And now they're all working, so I'm going to put the braces back on the side of the contact unit, get it mounted back onto the cabinet. We'll be ready to actually put the pedal board on it and test it. One more thing I want to show in here is the fuse panel. For some reason, which I think was really stupid, Hammond never put fuse protection on their older or their tube type units. I've got 3 fuses here. One is for the motors, one is for the console electronics chassis, and the other is for the tone cabinet AC output. I've seen several cases of melted rectifier tubes, burned transformers in Hammond equipment because there's no fuse protection, and the AC line can provide a lot of current, enough to really destroy stuff without the circuit breaker tripping. And this console electronics chassis also has all new capacitors.